arguably one of the, I guess, almost more could you call it disappointing, or would you
Biggest
call it
letdown
more
of the night. Let's not
let
sugarcoat it.
down?
I'll take over this one. This one was by far
Sugarcoat
and away.
it.
This was by far and away the biggest letdown of the whole freaking year so far. As a UFC fan, as a fanatic, as a guy that is looking for the next big thing in this sport to get into, to get interested in, to get hooked on, this was a this was a hole in the sail, so to say. And the Sugar Show, it's I don't think it's over, but it's definitely it's on what do you call it, intermission?
It's an intermission.
Yeah, it's on a like little halfway point or like third of the way through the show type deals where you get a little popcorn or soda maybe, feel good about yourself for a second, wait for him to come back. Let's get into the fight though, man, because I'm telling you, I was really disappointed by this.
Yeah.
The
What
fight
disappointed you the
starts.
most with this one?
I mean, everything, dude. I'll get into it right now.
Yeah.
The fight started. I thought Sean looked fine. Sean looked, in my opinion, like Sean.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing his feints. He was, connecting pretty decently. He was hitting some good body kicks, in my opinion. It looked like he was connecting his shin to the abdominal of Cheeto Vera, like doing pretty well in the striking department. And
They were loud kicks.
Thighs advantage.
They were loud kicks. Yeah.
And so, dude, of course, my freaking stream, dude, starts bugging out. So I have to watch this one on the Mexican broadcast for some reason. Yeah, so it's like a Mexican I'm sorry, not Mexican broadcast. I'm
Spanish.
sorry, Spanish broadcast. And so I literally cannot understand a word these guys are saying. And I'm like, what the
Did it
heck?
sound cool though?
It sounded it was just one dude.
Oh.
So he was just kind of getting hyped, but I mean, I could tell something started becoming wrong with Sean. And another thing too about the broadcast, it was all fuzzy too. It sucked.
Damn.
It was just the worst.
Bad timing.
But I could still see the blobs pretty much. I could still see what they're doing for the most part. Like I said, Sean looked fine up until the point to where Cheeto had that kick that it looked like it got, in my opinion, when I saw that kick live, I brushed it off. I was like, that's nothing, and then sure enough, about 10-15 seconds left after that, Sean basically, like, to me, it looked like he rolled his ankle. Like, that's what I thought real time.
That's what it looked like.
He just rolled his ankle and then something, screwed up with his, with his leg. And then he just had to kind of shell up and take it. Cause, I think at that point he knew, like, there's no way I'm going to recover. I'm not gonna be able to put weight on this foot. So I think Herb Dean knew that too, maybe by a noise he made or something happened in there. But what's your opinion, man? I know a lot of people out there have been saying that they think it's a fluke injury, and I still don't think there's enough. And Sean still hasn't come out and publicly addressed.
Well, we haven't seen anything yet because the X-rays were negative, but they still have to wait for the swelling to go down before we get the MRIs, before we can see if there is an actual injury. Now, I don't want to completely discredit Cheeto Vera because I don't know if he fully caused the injury of Sean O'Malley because we don't know what the injury is yet, but it did look like that check kick and then the kick to him, it did look like it could have done some damage. But it's tough. I really don't have an exact opinion. I know it's kind of a cop out, but I don't have an exact opinion until we actually get the medical results for Sugar Sean. But at the same time, it's a big boost to Cheeto Vera for him to be able to shut down Sean O'Malley like this, whether you believe that he did or he didn't. The fact is that he TKO'd Sean O'Malley for his first loss ever. And that's no small sentiment, and that's no kind of bad thing on him. And this is going to be a blemish on Sean O'Malley's career moving forward. Now it depends on how the best way for the UFC to go and for Sean to go is that assuming he's healthy, assuming that he's somehow healthy, he gets into his next fight as quick as possible, give him another kind of top 15 kind of guy, bottom of the top 15, and hopefully he gets a win there, gets back on track. But if he doesn't, and it lingers and they wait for him to give him another fight if he is somehow healthy, that's probably the worst thing that they could do at this point.
I think it kind of depends on him. It depends. Yeah, is there a serious injury or not?
It all comes down, like, any opinion I have, though, all comes down to what if Sean O'Malley is actually injured and how serious the injury is.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's like the only point that needs to be
Yes.
made really about scheduling his next fight.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, really, there's a lot of things that need to be unraveled here. I
Yes.
mean, this is a guy that operated based off confidence, swagger, that star power. This is going to be a huge blow to him. I think
Mm-hmm.
just on the outside looking in, I know for
Outside
him,
looking in,
he's
of course.
probably saying, no, this is nothing. I got this.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about it. This guy's been undefeated. That's what he's been riding on. His whole, kind of time in the UFC. That's what they've touted him as, the undefeated prospect. He's gonna have to live with talking all that crap, and then
Dyeing his hair the
TKO.
color of the Ecuadorian flag, where Cheeto Fair is from. He kind of had to eat it.
That is the risk you take when you do those shenanigans, when you try to be. You got to give him credit for it, right? Because if he wins,
then it looks amazing.
He garners even more attention. He gets even more fans. People are screaming his name even louder. Loses, he's gonna look like a chump, and that's the thing that he's gotta figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how do I keep my fans to still stay rocking with me? Which I don't think he's gonna have an issue with.
No, like
now,
at least in like his dedicated fan base, which is pretty large, is going to stick with him anyway. It's those people that were kind of on the fence just now in seeing the start of him. Now those ones are the ones that might be kind of
win those back,
scared away. Yeah, and like I said, all comes down to his next fight.
Yeah, and so it's gonna be super interesting, man, because he was riding a kind of like a one-way kind of train to the top, really.
Well, the thing is that there was talks like if he fought Cody Garbrandt, and there was a Cody Garbrandt fight in the talks.
It's crazy to me, right?
It's now crazy.
You guys understand why I was saying why stuff's so ridiculous before now, because it's just like there's levels to this.
And also,
I'm not saying that he can't be on the same level, but right now he hasn't reached that level that Cody reached. I mean, when Cody was 25 and had the belt, like this dude went on a tear. I mean, he was knocking dudes out. Everyone they put in front of him, short notice, any fight didn't matter, and then starts talking crap to the champ, and everything else that comes with that. Sean, it's like he's beating up these kind of, I mean, I don't want to say trash cans, but he's beating up these unranked guys that are like maybe top 30 at the best. And he's talking all this crap, doing all this crazy extra stuff. You got to be ready for the backlash after that. That's going to be the key, I think, that I can't stress enough. Yeah, how is he going to handle this loss? That's what I'm most interested in.
I think he just has to, his best bet is just to take it and accept it and just take the humble way out of this, because there's almost no other way.
It seems like he already has. I mean, he posted that he was humbled on Instagram, and he shouted out the fans, said he loved him on Twitter. So I mean, he's gonna have to make an appearance here soon, though, and address the fact
He'll probably pop
that
up on his YouTube page soon, probably. But that was a disappointment. That was a letdown. Do you think
yes or no, he got his ass kicked? That's what I want to hear.
He didn't get his ass kicked. He just got beat.
You don't think he got his ass kicked?
No, he just got beat.
Okay. Dude, I'm a big Sean O'Malley fan.
I know you are. Anything got his ass.
I think the opposite.
That's fair. I'm torn on this one.
I don't know, man.
I'm so torn.
Okay, the only way, like we said before, that he did not get his ass completely kicked is if he has some type of major injury.
But if he's healthy, then yeah, he got his ass whooped.
If he's healthy, he got his ass.
I'll admit that.
Because anything that happens in a fight, man, that's just gonna happen. Like, what if Usman freaking broke Masvidal's foot when he was stomping on it? That's part of the fight game.
It changes things. The injuries definitely going to change things. That's where most of my opinion is going to come from. But of course, we don't have access to that as a recording, so we'll just have to wait and see.